So grateful to Darla to being able to build the flow.
So we're going to tag team this here, and we're going to do a little bit about the hypoplastic heart. So we have no financial relations to disclose. And when Darla asked me to help her, she wasn't very enthusiastic. That's what this has to do. I was like, don't worry, relax, we'll fight this piece together, but you go first.
All right.
All right, and without further ado, Darla.
All right.
So the normal procedure, generally do it either immediately at birth, when we up to about 2 weeks. And if they do that, we'll keep the PDA open with like endomethacin or prostaglandin. And they construct the neo-aorta out of the main pulmonary artery, whatever is available out of the small left or small aorta. And they'll also use a prosthetic patch to kind of help form the right caliper. And the survival rate for the stage pairs continue to rise as they learn how to use different techniques and just afterwards use different medications, different techniques to help them get through the rough patch. Usually a modified VT shunt is an anastomosis from the right subclavian down to the pulmonary branches because we use the pulmonary artery for the aorta, so we have to get blood to the lungs. And cyanosis is common with these kids. Their blood saturations will be about 75%. And basically it just gets the process going to where the RV is going to become the system pump. And we just have another picture, and this just kind of focuses on the homograph, so that's where they take that big picture for the big the graph and just make the caliper bigger. And next we have animation here.
The one good pumping chamber, which in hypoplastic left heart syndrome is the
That basically just shows our big RV, small LV. They take the pulmonary artery and they'll cut it. And we notice also the small aortic arch. And then they use the dacron patch here. So they have, this is our pulmonary artery. We have the dacron patch where the PA was into the branches. They put a patch there. And also we have our pulmonary veins to make sure that we get good blood flow, because the RV is a systemic pump now. They need to do an atrial septostomy, so it goes from left atrium, right atrium, right ventricle, and out to the body. And also to get the blood back to the lungs, they're going to put a conduit, the modified VT shunt, and they try to size it so they don't overwhelm the lungs with too much blood flow, because otherwise you would develop Eisenmingers. So they try to size that properly. We got that video from Charles Hospital of Philadelphia. They actually have a few more videos here. And next is the next stage is bidirectional Glenn shunt. And basically, they'll take the BT shunt down and they'll connect the SCC to the PA branch, basically kind of where that BT shunt was. And basically it just kind of reduces the workload that the right ventricle will have to do. It takes about the top third of the blood volume and puts it into the lungs. And it also helps reduce the chances of early heart failure. And their oxygen saturations will be roughly about 75 to 80% once they have the Glenn shunt. And then the third stage is Fontan. That's usually performed about 18 months to 3 years. It's they use the IVC and they'll connect it up to the route it up to the pulmonary arteries, and you sort of separate the oxygen-rich blood and oxygen-poor blood. It's not mixed anymore, so the saturations go up to about 90%, but it's not high to 95, but the low 90s. And patients will need the regular cardiology visits for the rest of their life. And so we have a diagram here. So this shows the SVC. We did have the VT shunt there, but we removed it with the SVC into our pulmonary arteries. And we see the flow from going from left atrium, right ventricle up to the EOA aorta. And the Fontan, there's two popular options that they have. They have the lateral tunnel, which is where they take the IVC, they'll build a tunnel right through the right atrium, and then extend it up into the RPA, LPA. And then we have the extracardiac, which is where they basically they build the tunnel outside the right atrium. And each one has their own advantages. The main advantage for the extracardiac one is you don't disturb the right atrium, so you're less prone to have atrial tachycardia later on. And we have our Glenn animation. So this isn't nearly as intense as the first one. You can see the patch there where they've lengthened out the caliber of the aorta. They've taken away the VT shunt, and they're going to excise that SBC and put it on top of the PA confluence. So now you have blood going to your right and your left pulmonary artery. And next we have the Fontan. So basically we'll take the IVC, we'll disconnect it from the right atrium. And they'll sew up the patch where the IVC was. And then they'll extend it, usually the EV's vortex for the material. They'll extend it up, and you can see it go into the PA confluence there. So then you have your Glenn shunt up here, and you have your Fontan shunt here. So then you have sort of like a separate system for the venous blood and the systemic blood. And so the IVC, what that does, that takes the 2/3 of the blood from the bottom and puts it up into the lungs. So, and here we have a little fenestration. And the reason they do that, it's a little direct connection between the Fontan and the right atrium. And they found if they had that fenestration, it helps reduce problems with pleural effusions. So different complications we can have, blockage of the VT shunt, obviously block off blood to the lungs, that's bad. Chronic diarrhea from protein losing entropy. Sometimes the kids, they don't completely understand the whole process of why that their digestive tracts lose the ability to absorb proteins, so it makes them kind of underweight instinctively. Ascites is included in the abdominal cavities. Pleural effusions, that's why they do the fenestration, they kind of help reduce that. Heart failure, if the lungs develop pressure, then that right ventricle has to put pressure into pump into the lungs, then that makes it harder. Arrhythmias, they can get atrial tachycardia once they get into the Fontan. So also TIs and strokes and sudden death. And we did a fetal, and babies are like humans, they're just smaller. But the findings we had here, but a bidirectional shunt, PFO with a bidirectional shunt on the left and right. Usually it just goes left, PDA with the left or right. Fetal arrhythmias or the heart rate was normal, but there was also moderate severely decreased systolic function. And the mitral valve just looked a little odd. There's really echogenic structure that was very hypoechoic, and we couldn't rule out and see if it was a mass or a clot or like a calcified mitral apparatus. And originally they thought maybe it was a cardiac tumor. Cardiac tumors are pretty rare. It's about 1 in 10,000, 1 in 6,000, 1 in 10,000, depending on the study you read. But for a case, the diagnosis of myoma accounts for about 1% of the disorders. So we can see here, this is our 4-chamber. We have our right ventricle, left ventricle, right atrium. This is the very calcified hyperechoic, sort of where the mitral valve should be. And we can tell this is the left ventricle one that looks a little bit smoother than the right ventricle trabecular, and we also see the moderator band there. And this is just a different view here, showing the left ventricle and the right ventricle, the right atrium. And the left atrium is still pretty hard to see there. And here we can see that bidirectional PD or PFO. Typically, the PFO flaps is just flying in the wind up there. Here it's going back and forth. So what that would indicate to us, there's a higher pressure in the left side. So that's the reason why it's kind of pushing back there. We can also get a different view of the left ventricle. We see, you know, it's still very severely decreased. We still have that unidentified kind of mitral ridge there. And this is just a different shot. This also is a little bit clearer there. You can see that mitral hypertrophic structure. And we have another 4 chambers just showing different angles. You can also see our PFO flap. This is a little bit further back here. This is our crossover. So we want to rule out any chances of transposition. So we have this is our aortic valve here. You can see where it's really bright. And here's our pulmonary artery. You can see the caliber of the vessel is actually a lot bigger. Leaflet moves real nice. You can see it bifurcate briefly right there. So we've ruled that out. And we have a shot of our ductile arch. We can see it several false top flow. And actually, we also go into like short axis. It shows over here our left ventricle still very severely hypokinetic with that fibrinous ridge in the mitral valve. Get it back to that girl here.
So our patient comes back on the left for I also like to thank Dr. Nichols and his staff for helping with the symposium. Jimmy, who decided, once I was going to give a talk, he said, well, I'm going to do the PowerPoint. I did have a few of these slides, but not very many. And I also like to thank Tracy helping us get our video to play, and Sean over here, and our IT guys in our department. So thank you very much.
Time for just one question. Again, catch Darla or Jimmy at a break if you have additional questions, but we have time for one question. No, everybody good? All right. Up next, Ruth from Memorial Medical Center. So she was.
Start this thing.
I just gotta get these actual people here. I didn't show it with around too fast.
We'll do it after. Do it after the. After they sit back down.
Yeah. So communications 110. Dr. Anu. Ryan's with June. Bye.